What happens to your HDB value as your property ages? Hi everyone, I'm Eve from Crucial Property Decisions. The HDB resale price jumped 12.7% in 2021, making its biggest rise since 2010. And the prices ages up straight for 22nd month, with a 5-room HDB in Anderson Road sold for a record price at $1.4 million in May 2022. With the current bullish market, should you sell now or continue to hold your property? What happens to your HDB value at its ages? As we know, the last peak for HDB was in 2013. Shortly after government introduction of tightening measures, MSR, mortgage servicing ratio that allows only 30% of borrowers' income for HDB financing, the HDB resale market falls to its bottom in Q2 2019. The prices only recovered back to 2013 peak prices just end of last year in 2021 and rise beyond till date. Does this phenomenon apply across all HDB of all ages in Singapore? To understand this better, I've mapped the properties of different age groups over the same period in mature estate like Ang Mo Kio, using 5-room as an example. Here are some HDB above 30 years old along Avenue 5. As you can see, the prices have not been able to recover to date, with some falling as much as 11%. For this 42 years old property along Avenue 5, the highest sold was 790K back in 2030. And today, the highest is 700K, a significant 90,000 lower. In comparison, the 5-room between 16 to 20 years old HDB in Ang Mo Kio, we see an average of 5.5% price increment. With this 20 years old HDB along Street 52, for example, it increases from its last peak 2013 to current 875K with a mere 45K increase over 9 years. Lastly, for properties between 10 to 15 years old in Ang Mo Kio, the prices increase at an average of 11%. With this block, which is 11 years old currently, it is sold at 180K, higher than the last peak in 2017 and crossing $1 million in 2021. Based on the above 5-room studies in Ang Mo Kio, it shows that the newer HDB do hold its property prices better than the older HDB, and as the property lease decay, many falls below the peak in 2013 and wasn't able to recover despite of the current bullish market. But is this true across Singapore? Do younger HDB always hold its value better than older HDB? Take this maisonette at Block 121 Potong Pasir Avenue 1 for example. It is 38 years old. It broke its record price from 855K to 1.12 million, a good 257K increase over time. Reason being, there are scarcity in maisonette as government has stopped building them since 1995. With over 1,005 square feet in size, they are very rare, with some having 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. This is very appealing to big families looking for space and layout like landed at affordable pricing, especially at such a central location. Because of the low supply and high demand, its prices soar to the record high price despite being 38 years old. Another example is this 17-year-old HDB at Block 6XX in Punggol. This 5-bedroom was sold at its peak 650K when it crossed the 7-year-old mark. Today, the highest transacted was 520K at its 17-year-old. The owner suffered a loss of 130K over 10 years. Despite being relatively new, the price didn't able to appreciate mainly because Punggol is relatively a newer HDB township. There are many HDB meeting their MOP around the same time, resulting in a much higher supply than demand in the area. So, how do you feel if you are the owner who bought the 5-room HDB at 650K? On top of losing the 130K profit, there are other costs incurred while staying in the property over time. Most families would probably pay a renovation fee of 50,000 to touch up the property. There are also other fees like stamp duty and HDB interest of 2.6% per annum for financing the mortgage loan, which works out to be 15K per year. The total cost for 10 years is about 200K. Next is the cost of CPF accrued interest. It is common that most families allocate 100% financing from CPF savings to purchase and to pay for the money installment. This will mean that you will have to refund the principal withdrawn plus the accrued interest to your CPF account after selling your property at a compounding interest of 2.5% per annum. Assuming you use 300K from your CPF, the accrued interest is about 7.5K per year. After 10 years, you have to pay back 384K to CPF. It is 84,000 additional. In this less preferred scenario, where property appreciates slower than the interest and even make losses like 130k, you will end up with a lower sales proceed and even negative sale, having to write off from the CPF for any deficit. This would significantly reduce the CPF saving for your next property purchase and or your retirement fund. However, all this can be avoided if you know how to allocate your finances properly and plan carefully when to exit your HDB. It is always necessary to regularly review your portfolio and plan ahead so you will not lose unnecessary funds without your knowledge. If you'd like to study on how the lease would affect your property value specific to your area and unit type, and want to know when is the best time to exit your property, do reach out to me. Thanks for watching.